Another big day for wind energy in Nova Scotia. The province's largest wind farm officially opened on Browns Mountain. Brendon Vogels with the Ecology Action Center, and he watches over wind energy in this province. Obviously a big day today with the official opening of what's being called the largest wind farm in Nova Scotia. Good time to take stock, I guess. How are we doing in this province when it comes to wind energy in your mind?
As I understand it, Nova Scotia Power has a total installed capacity of about 12%. Of the generating capacity here in Nova Scotia comes from wind energy. So in terms of, I guess, the level of ambition, it's certainly commendable on the part of the provincial government to be moving our electrical utility in that direction towards a greater renewable supply.
They're looking at 20%.
25% by 2015,
25%,
and
yes,
moving towards 40% by 2020. So these are certainly ambitious goals and targets that are to be commended. They're not without issues, as you can appreciate, but certainly the bigger picture here is about greenhouse gas reductions, and certainly developing as much renewable energy as quickly as possible is the path that we'd like to be on.
Okay, we'll talk about greenhouse gases in a moment. I know there was a time not so long ago in this province where the province was criticized for being behind in the wind energy front. I think a lot of people would suggest that we're perhaps catching up now. What about those issues about placement of wind energy farms? That was always controversial. People liked the idea of green energy, but they didn't necessarily want it in their backyard. How are we doing on that front?
Well, as I understand it, the Union of Nova Scotian Municipalities has worked with the province to develop model bylaws for the municipal units across the province, and all the municipalities across Nova Scotia are also going to be obligated to be producing energy and climate adaptation plans by 2014. So there is work that's left to be done there in terms of uniformity between the different municipalities across the province, but I think we're moving in the right direction, but always, again, there are opportunities for further leadership.
Okay, we talk about heralding some success with wind energy in this province. What about on the greenhouse gas front of things?
Well, Nova Scotia Power is responsible for about half of the greenhouse gas emissions here in Nova Scotia, and that's largely as a result of coal burning. And as we know, coal burning is our supply of electricity. It's mostly from an imported fuel supply, so that's a major issue in terms of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. I remember hearing a week or two ago that the province is on track, according to the policy framework that they've set up for Nova Scotia Power, to reduce its emissions. However, there is work that's yet to be done. And when it comes to wind energy, we have to remember that wind is an intermittent source. The wind's not always blowing, so there's always going to have to be another base load supply of electricity, whether it's from coal or whether it's from a lower carbon opportunity like imported hydro or natural gas. There's still a lot of work to be done on the supply side of things.
How do you think it's going to look in 10, 15 years in Nova Scotia?
I guess it depends on how ambitious we are in meeting those goals. And I really do think that Nova Scotia is a Canadian leader in terms of the policies that it has put on the table for renewable energy and greenhouse gases, and that is to be commended. However, there is a lot of work that's left to be done if we're going to meet those goals and targets.
Mr. Vogel, good of you to talk to us. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for asking me.
And now it's over to you. Do you think Nova